Long ago, in the heart of the vast African savannah, there lived a young hunter named Kofi. Known for his skill with a bow and arrow, Kofi could track the swiftest antelope, outsmart the craftiest lion, and survive the dangers of the wilderness. However, his life took an unexpected turn when he encountered a mysterious figure who would change his fate forever. One evening, while returning from a hunt, Kofi was mesmerized by the full moon hanging low in the sky. As its light illuminated the vast grasslands, he noticed something strange, a shimmering path of silver light leading deep into the forest. Curious and driven by an adventurous spirit, Kofi followed the glowing trail, unaware of the dangers that lay ahead. As he ventured deeper into the forest, the trees seemed to whisper ancient secrets, and shadows danced around him. But Kofi was not afraid. Suddenly, he heard soft music, like the gentle wind rustling through the leaves. As he reached a clearing, he saw the most beautiful woman he had ever laid eyes on. Her skin glowed like the moon itself, and her hair flowed like a river of starlight. She was adorned in garments woven from the finest threads of light, and she seemed to float above the ground. Kofi's heart raced, but he was not a man easily shaken. He stepped forward and called out to her, "Who are you? And why do you walk alone in this dangerous forest?" The woman turned, her eyes filled with sorrow and beauty. "I am Nyala, the moon princess," she said softly. "I was caused by a jealous sorcerer to live forever trapped between the world of the gods and the land of men. I can only walk this earth on nights when the moon is full, but when dawn breaks, I must return to the sky." Kofi, his heart moved by her tale, swore to help her break the curse. "Tell me how I can free you, Nyala," he said with determination. Nyala explained that the sorcerer who had caused her resided in the dark mountains far to the east. His fortress was guarded by fierce creatures, and only the bravest and most skilled warrior could hope to defeat him. Kofi, driven by his growing love for Nyala and a desire to protect her, vowed to confront the sorcerer and bring an end to the curse. The journey to the dark mountains was perilous. Kofi faced wild beasts, treacherous rivers, and harsh deserts. He met wise elders who offered him charms and advice, and powerful spirits who tested his courage. Along the way, Kofi befriended a loyal leopard, named Zuri, who became his companion and protector. After weeks of travel, Kofi and Zuri arrived at the foot of the dark mountains. The fortress loomed high above them, guarded by enchanted creatures. But Kofi was undeterred. With Zuri by his side, he fought through the sorcerer's minions, using his cunning and strength to overcome each challenge. Finally, Kofi stood before the sorcerer, a towering figure cloaked in darkness. The sorcerer laughed mockingly. "You, a mere mortal, dare to challenge me?" Without hesitation, Kofi fired an arrow at the sorcerer. But the sorcerer waved his hand, and the arrow disintegrated in midair. "You are no match for my magic," the sorcerer sneered. But Kofi had one last trick. He pulled out a special arrow, one given to him by the forest spirits. It was made from the wood of an ancient tree and tipped with a shard of moonstone. As Kofi drew the bowstring, he whispered a prayer to the spirits. With all his strength, Kofi released the arrow. It soared through the air and struck the sorcerer square in the chest. The dark magic around the sorcerer shattered, and with a final scream, the sorcerer dissolved into a cloud of dust. The curse was broken. Kofi returned to the clearing where he had first met Nyala. As the first light of dawn touched the earth, Nyala appeared before him. Her smile was radiant, and her eyes sparkled with joy. "You have freed me," she said, tears of gratitude in her eyes. "Now I can live among the stars, but I will always remember the brave hunter who saved me." As she began to fade into the light, Kofi reached out and took her hand. "You do not have to go," he said softly. Nyala smiled sadly. "My place is in the sky, but your heart will always be with me. I will watch over you from the moon, and whenever you look up, know that I am there." With that, Nyala vanished into the morning sky, leaving behind only a silver pendant that Kofi would wear for the rest of his life, a reminder of the love they had shared and the adventure they had braved together. And so, Kofi the hunter lived on, his heart full of memories of the Moon Princess, and his adventures became the stuff of legends, told around campfires for generations to come.